Hello, welcome to another video. This week I am taking Abby's nails off. Yes, you heard it, the nails I did last week I have now got to take off because she's got a new job. So I thought I'd start the video by allowing her to express exactly how she's feeling about this set of circumstances. It's not good. Right, this is Abby's therapy session. How do you feel about having to take your nails off?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, let me sort this lighting out. I need a new light. Look at it. It's wonky. Okay.
Yeah, just blind your client while you're at it.
Yeah. So as long as you can't see what I'm doing, look how friggin' just. Oh my god. Oh, they're not even grown out one tiny bit.
No, I know. That's the most gutting thing about it. They're literally perfect.
Okay, so we're going shorter, we're going almond, but we're getting a fresh Christmas design. So, yes, we are getting a fresh Christmas design. I'm going to remove all of the design with the 4x coarse bit from Glitter Planet. Yes, Abby's, I literally did her nails a week ago to the day that I'm doing this video, but she got a new job and they gave her a very quick starting date. And so she knew that she wouldn't be able to manage with nails this long. So we were like, okay, well then they need to come off. And as I really thought they hadn't grown out that much. But as I get rid of the design and start prepping, I realise actually we can do an infill here because they had grown. So I'm using the e-file to actually take down the length of the nail. This is something I do, but I don't mind doing it on people, but I don't like doing it on myself because it's harder to do on myself. But it was just a lot less work on my hands because both my thumbs were hurting. So we're going to remove all of this absolutely beautiful, beautiful design. So many people liked it on TikTok and on YouTube. And it pains me. But, I mean, the bonus is we get another Christmas design and a shape change and an infill. And it's content for you guys. So Abby's pain is our happiness. You know, and she did message me today and say she's glad that she got rid of them because she would have really struggled at work. So it's a happy ending. Yeah, I'm taking this length down. We're checking it as we go, but I am taking it right down. And then obviously when we change them into like an almond shape, that will take more length off again. So I'll show you the first couple of nails of removal. I did try to remove it with my 180 grit sanding band, but actually, I guess where they're so fresh, it was just taking ages. I thought I'm just going to go in with the coarse e-file bit and just use less pressure and just skip over the top of it. So that's what I did. It was a lot quicker. And then we'll just file it down. Make sure you support the nail. You've really got to support it if you're going to do this, and just do a bit at a time because otherwise it can bounce back and that can be quite scary. So I'm just checking, line them up and make sure they're kind of relatively even. Obviously this isn't the finished length and we're going to do some more work on it. But yeah, there we are. I have got the new Madam Glam Harvest Hues collection. I will show it to you. I just had to do this first. So initially I started hand filing to change the shape to an almond, but it was killing my thumbs because my left thumb that I hold the hand with, it locks up in that 90-degree angle position and it's so painful. So in the end, but I forgot to film it, I actually used the e-file to bring the corners down and start getting the rough shape, and then I just hand filed the last bit. And it worked out better for Abby because she absolutely hates the feeling of filing the edges of the nail. She hates it. If I could include all the time she squeals, screams, growls at me or shouts at me within a set of nails, honestly, it's like a symphony, a barrage of abuse. That's all I get. So, yeah, we're changing these into an almond. I'm trying to swoop it around, gradually altering the shape as I go. And then obviously making sure all the way that she's happy with the change, which she wasn't. you know, but it was necessary. So at first she was like, no, they're short and ugly, I hate it. But by the time we'd finished, she said, oh, they're so cute, I love them. So, yeah, it's just taking her on the journey. It was about this point that I started to realise that we were going to need infills, because there was enough regrowth for me to just not want to put a fresh gel design on it. It just wouldn't look good, and it would just hurt my soul to do that. So it was worth me then going through my whole nail prep routine. And believe it or not, using the e-file to change the shape did make it a lot quicker. This is quite long-winded doing it with a hand file, especially with acrylics. Acrylic's harder than hard gel. It's more difficult to file, but stronger. And for some people, it just lasts a lot better. I see people kind of jumping on the hard gel trend and thinking that one thing is better than another. It's really not. They're all much of a muchness. They're all the same chemical combinations, just adapted to be applied in different ways, and some have other benefits. But, you know, I wouldn't be too quick to drop one thing to take up another, is what I would say. It's all good to dip your toes in and have fun and enjoy trying different products, but don't automatically assume one is better than the other. They all have their advantages and their disadvantages. But if you're looking at nail health and like people trying to market products as being better, I would not pay attention to that, to be fair. A really good HEMA-free acrylic is going to do no damage to your nails. The process of application and removal, if done improperly, will. And that's the same with anything. So, you know, just be mindful of that. It's easy to jump on the train and the bandwagon, but just don't get sucked in, honeys. Okay, so I'm doing my nail prep, and you can see there is enough regrowth to warrant an infill there. There is more than enough. So that's what we're doing. Didn't have to cut any cuticle. It was only trimmed last week, so I just exfoliated the area, which did have regrowth. It's just nuts. Her nails are growing very fast at the moment. We'll give them a good scrub with isopropyl alcohol. Scrub-a-dub-dub. And then we'll go in with primer, which I'm just doing a tiny, tiny weeny bit of. You don't need a lot. Bing, bang, bong. I don't know what that sound effect is for. And now I'm going in with Nail Mate's Tease Me, which is an opal acrylic core powder. And I'm doing the tiniest of infills. Abby's like me. She has really little, tiny, little nails. Pinkies. She's got tiny pinkies. Now, where I've changed the shape, I'm just making sure that I like the flow of the structure. And if I don't, I'll add a little bit more product and we'll sort it out. It's all good. I have sped this up a little bit. Obviously, it would be a bit boring, but the application is the same. I apply the bead. I then bring the brush, behind the bead and give it a little tap. Happy Gilmore style. Just a little tappy tap, tap, tap. And then drag the front of the bead down. I've had terrible trouble with my lighting. I'm very cross with it. I want to pick it up and throw it very hard, but I didn't. But yeah, I did have trouble with my lighting. I also had trouble with my phone. It was all really good set. So there's bits of footage missing. There's bits where the lighting's not very good. It was just all a bit weird. See what I mean? The lighting keeps changing. It's ever so strange. Very frustrating. I don't really know what caused it. That I have just updated my phone. So whether the update has got a few glitches and it's going to rectify itself, I don't know. I hope so, or I'm getting a new phone. And that's that. So, do you hear my shoulder click? I wonder if you did. Yeah, I'm just building up the structure. As you can see, like the little pieces of opal in this acrylic make it just so easy to create a really beautiful background, a really sparkly background. I do have a 10% discount code for Glitter Planet, so I'll stick it in my description box, along with the other bits and bobs that I've used in this video. Good old thumb shot. Love it. Right. I've actually put in the other hand as well. Aren't you lucky? Look at that. Look at that. There's something satisfying about acrylic application, isn't there? I don't know whether it's the smoothing bit, this bit. I get quite mesmerised by it, and I forget that I'm supposed to talk because I just stare at it like, ooh. I've seen it a million times, and yet I really, really like looking at it. It's very nice. This is a good view of me getting my brush like behind the bead and trying to push it down, and then using the underneath of my brush to then feather the bead forward. Let's see if we've got a good point of view on this one as well. Should have good angle, not point. There, look, see? I should slow it down so you can see, I suppose. That would be useful as well. But that's basically how to speed up your old infills. Just brush placement. Okay, a nice thumb. See, that's how the lighting should be for all of them. But for whatever reason, it just didn't play ball. It just kept going strange. The light didn't move. It was 100% my phone being weird. Very peculiar. A very strange Abby's nibbly corner, we'll call it. Nibbly corner. That's where she likes to have a snack on her nails. Once these are all set, I'm going to file in the shape. It's very easy. I'll just show you on one nail or two. I think it's only one. Obviously, this is an almond, so I don't do sidewall, free edge. I do sidewall to sidewall, like swooping around. And the underneath of the nail, then round the cuticle. And then I'll do the body of the nail and then double check the final shape around that complete free edge as well. Because it's like one long swooping free edge, isn't it? You'll see me roll the nail as well, left to right, as I'm filing over the top of it, and that's to kind of smooth out any uneven surfaces. Right, the pretty gel I'm using is called Rockin, and it is like a holographic and reflective silver. Perfect for Christmas, perfect for snow, perfect for everything sparkly. I'm also using white gel paint, but first, every single nail is getting a thin coat of velvet matte top coat so that we can just play around and do whatever, and we know we've got a smooth base to do so. You could use a base coat if you choose. I really like working on the velvet matte top coat. I really enjoy doing it this way, so this is the way I do it. And it's especially helpful if you're doing detailed work. So I'm going to do a thin coat on all of the nails, and they will go into the lamp for 1 minute. This lighting is driving me mad. Like, I'm looking back at the edit and it's just horrid. I'm really sorry. I'm using my Madame Glam Ombre brush. Here you can see. I'm going to apply some of this Rockin It gel, and then I realised in a minute that's not enough. I need more. So I went and got the actual brush and did a big blob like that. And then I'm going to start ombreing it up the nail. So once I'm happy with the positioning at the tip, I'll take the excess off my brush and then ombre. Ombre, 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 da 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 da, hey, da 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 da, hey. And you can turn it this way round and like stipple. I guess that's like a stippling motion. Like tap, 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 tap. Just a little tappy, tap, tap. And then I'm just applying a little bit more at the tip. Basically, whatever you do, you kind of need to blend it a little bit. But understandably, you apply less pressure and less precision as you go further back on the nail. And these ombre brushes help that to happen because they splay everything out and spread it out. So that's going in for a cure while I do the same on the opposite hand. There we are, turn the brush round, stipple it back or drag it back. And then I'll use the stippling motion There we are. And then if I feel like I need any more, I'll do it. And also if I feel like my ombre brush is getting too much product on it, I will wipe it on just onto a palette, just a dry palette. Just wipe the product off. You can always go back and pick a little bit up then if you need it. Saves wastage. Right, so the other hand is in the lamp. This one we're going in for a second coat, but just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a lot. We don't want to lose the shape of the nail and we don't want to lose the ombre. So we want to keep it kind of nice and gentle. The good thing is about this gel is where it's reflective, it's quite easy to see where you need to add more or less. And it's quite easy to see the speckles, sparkles, kind of ombre around. I found it very easy ombreing on a matte surface as well. Really easy. Okay, so same on this finger, second coat going in. I'm so sorry about the lighting. Please forgive me. I will do better next time, I promise. It was just a funny old day. All right. I went straight in on top of the gel and did this star. And I regretted it because it felt not as comfortable to do. So in a future nail, on the index finger when I do this, I actually apply a matte top coat on top of the glitter, then do the art, and then gloss top coat. And it works a lot easier. So there's a little tip. This nail is like a candy cane-esque nail. Oh, I will find the inspiration video. It's from, I think it's a TikTok video because she sent me it. I think it's TikTok and I will find it. I'll find out who it was. We've just changed the fingers round slightly, that's all. But the design is pretty much the same. It was really pretty. Why change it? I don't know if she was the original creator or if she copied it from someone. Who knows? It's a bit like Chinese whispers in the nail art world. Here we go. I'm going to do another little cheeky one at the top. That'll go in for a little fash cure. Just to secure those lines in place. And while that's happening, I will do the other hand. So I definitely found this hand fiddly to do, I guess because I'm right-handed. So I found the other hand easier. But whatever, you know, we just go with it. Sorry if I sound a bit flat today. I do feel a bit flat. I feel a bit sicky today. I'm not on top form, guys. I'm just not. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not feeling the best. Okay, so I've nearly finished with that. We'll get that one in the lamp as well. Then we're changing on to white gel. I'll tell you what, thin lines are harder to paint. There's more room for error. When you do a big thick line, you can just splay it out a bit more and put right any little mislines with the brush, you know, any tiny little errors. But when you're doing a thinner line, oh my goodness me, you kind of have to be a bit picky with them. Like I did wipe a couple off and be like, nah, I don't like it. I'm not happy. I'm using what brush am I using? I can't remember if this is my Madame Glam brush or if this is my 15mm brush from oh my goodness. Oh, it's gone. My brain's gone. I don't know. I think this is my 15mm. Yeah, Euphoria Nails. That's where it's from. Sorry, I could not remember. I couldn't think of any words. I was unable to word in that moment. But I had trouble again this side with the lines. Got there in the end. I just had to rub it off once or twice. That is the reality. There was a bit of fluff in the corner. I could see this dark shadow and I was like, oh God, what is that? And then I realised when I'd filed her nails, I said, go and wash your hands. And I forgot to tell her, don't dry them on the hand towel in the bathroom because it's fluffy and it's black. And she dried her hands on it. So, yeah. Right, we're doing French on here with the glittery gel. Another twinkly French. And the difference between my set and the set in the design inspiration is that they were a very rounded set and these are more almondy set. And the smile line here is slimmer and less round, and on the original set it was rounder and thicker, so it was a bit trickier for me to paint the bow that she wanted. That's going in for a cure, and we'll do the same on this now. Yeah, it was a bit trickier to paint the bow because I actually had a lot less surface area to work on, and it had to be a lot smaller and a lot more intricate, which was a faff. It was fiddly. But we did it. Got there in the end. So just running that gel right up into the deep sides. I love a deep smile line. I think they look absolutely beautiful. Which is why I end up doing them slimmer and then think, oh, hang on. Okay, she's going in the lamp. Right. So I'm going in with a very thin second coat just to make sure there's no gaps, just to give it a little bit more pigment. And hopefully that will look good. It's always tricky with a glitter gel. You don't want to bulk the nail out too much, but at the same time, you do not want to have any gaps in pigment or anything like that. You can put a colour underneath it, to be fair. Now I'm going in with a layer of velvet matte top coat because I need to paint on top of this nail. We need to do an outline on the smile line with the white gel paint, and then a bow as well. This was fiddlier than it looks, or does it look fiddly? I don't know. It definitely was fiddlier than it looks. Oh, what are you drinking, by the way? I've got myself a squash again. Like I said, I'm just feeling a little bit sick. I just don't feel the best. So I've got an orange squash. Let me know what you're drinking. Has anyone tried Yorkshire Tea's biscuit flavoured tea, and their caramelised biscuit flavoured tea, like Biscoff flavour? I love them. But I don't like their jam on toast flavoured tea. That is disgusting. You can chuck that straight in the bin. I've got to cook dinner yet, and the smell of cooking food makes me want to puke. Oh, nasty. Right. So again, we've done the outline of the smile line in white gel paint. Then that'll get cured for 1 minute. And then we're going to go in and do the little bow, which was tiny, tiny little bow. Teeny, teeny, tiny. So I would definitely recommend doing a bigger smile line and probably a rounder nail or a square nail. This would go well on a square nail, really well. It was a little bit fiddly on an almond tip, for sure. A fiddly faff. Got there in the end though. It was just small. I do think having the acrylic underneath, I don't know where that cut off then, that was weird. Having the acrylic underneath with that shimmer, with the opaly shimmer, really helps lift everything, every single design. Like, it just gives it, I don't know, a little extra. Do you know what I mean? I'm yet to do a set using Goddess, and I'm desperate to use it. Absolutely desperate. It's just every time I get a plan, something else happens. And it's very frustrating. There you go, there's a little bow. Look at that. Right, so I did the same on the other index finger. On this one, we've done an ombre, just the same as the pinky, except I've gone over it with velvet matte top coat before painting the stars. Now, the reason there's footage missing is because, for some strange reason, my phone just kept cutting out. So I would press record, and then 10 seconds into it, I'd be focused on the nails and not realise my screen's gone blank. It wasn't overheating, the battery was charged, like it was just ever so peculiar. My storage was not full, it was really weird. So, and the thumb has the same as well. The thumb has an ombre with 2 stars. So apologies for that footage missing, but at least we recorded the pinky because it's exactly the same process. How frustrating. We're going in now with Madame Glam's No Wipe Gloss Top Coat. It is super, super glossy and it will stay like that until you remove it. Beautiful. Look at that sparkle. It looks like tinsel, doesn't it? Or like that angel hair that you sprinkle on your tree. Do you know what I mean? Is it called angel hair? I don't know what it's called. Something like that. They're like tinsel strands. Reminds me of that. It's very cute, this set. Abby always picks lovely designs. Let me know if you've bought any of her jewellery. I'd love to know if any of you guys decide to get any of her jewellery. I will put the link in the description box. I know she's had a busy week sending out orders and uploading new stock. So she always picks lovely designs and always makes lovely jewellery. There we go. There's a juicy thumb shot. Wait. That like reflective gel is stunning. We've been on the reflective train for a while now, haven't we, guys? We seem to be on it, not getting off. Never getting off. Never gonna give you up. Sorry. I did do, this time last year, some really nice cat eye gel designs. I feel like I was doing cat eye gel designs ages ago. And then they become trendy. When I've already done them, and then I'm bored of it. I don't want to do it anymore. But everyone's doing it, and I'm like, oh, but I've done that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're a bit early to the party, and then you get bored. So I'll have to think of some more designs now. I did like a frosty one last year with little branches and stuff. It was really nice. Or I could recreate it, I suppose. Don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe not. Actually, it wasn't last year. It was 2021 or 22. Yes, it was quite a while ago. That's what I mean. I was doing it before people really wanted that. I was a bit early to the party. Never mind. Oh, look at that. All glossy. Right, I'm going to show you a shot under the normal light and then a shot under the flashlight. So this is the normal lighting. How beautiful. But I want you to see how these sparkle under the flashlight. Look at that. Look. I really hope you like these. Let me know what you think in the comment section below and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.